Hi, everyone. My name is Katie Santo.
And my name is Debbie Litt. We hide behind many aliases, but Katie and I are two of the many mysterious people who respond to your email direct questions and support requests.
And we are so very excited to talk to you today about the new Email Direct powered by Emma. So if you don't already know, Email Direct has been NYU's homegrown solution to bulk email messaging for over 20 years.
And we send about 50 million emails annually.
That's a lot of emails, so we think it's time for an upgrade.
When we began the search for a new tool, we knew it needed to do a couple of things. We knew it needed to support and replace our current email tools, meet key evaluation parameters, and be vetted by members of the NYU community.
So in our search, as Debbie mentioned, we were looking for a tool that can replace our current bulk email message functionality that's being used with our existing tools. So with that being our classic email direct platform and our NYU list or Lyris platform. So at this time, we are prioritizing all of those existing groups from classic email direct and Lyris as we move them over to the new Emma powered email direct. And so any other unit that is interested in moving over, we do encourage you to reach out to our team, and we are keeping a running list of all of those groups that will be migrating over.
So the key evaluation parameters included meeting our accessibility standards, so following the WCAG 2.0 guidelines, supporting single sign-on and multi-factor authentication processes, having robust and mobile-friendly template options for users, as well as having dynamic list segmentation features that help us create more targeted and niche recipient lists for you, as well as offering email and link tracking analytics.
And as we were going through this search, we thought it was really important to seek feedback from key members of the NYU community. So we did have members of the University CIO Council supporting us. So those are each of the CIOs for the various schools. We also work closely with our partners in NYU IT to kind of help make sure that all of the technical and side of things are addressed. We also reached out to power users from both our classic email direct and Lyris platforms to provide some user perspective. In addition, any questions that have ever been asked to me as I'm leading training sessions for email direct, or technical support questions, or just general questions that come in for either platform, we have been taking note of those, and we did keep those in mind. So all those feature requests that we've heard from users. So your voice was definitely heard one way or another.
So our search led us to the Emma email marketing platform, which will soon be the power behind our new email direct.
So some highlighted features of the new email direct include a drag and drop interface. So if you're familiar with our central web content management system, you'll already be familiar with what a drag and drop interface looks like, and a WYSIWYG editor. So WYSIWYG is what you see is what you get, and that's going to be what you'll see in the new Emma-powered version of Email Direct. So this drag and drop interface, it'll give you more control over the layout of your messages, which is something that we've heard from users, and you'll have access to a variety of content blocks. You can add images and other media, and you can also add buttons. Something else you'll be able to do is add personalized content, also known as mail merge. So when you go to compose a new message, you can, instead of saying, "Hi student" or "Dear student," you can actually include that student's preferred first name, which is great. Another popular feature request we've heard from users is the ability to save drafts. And we are so excited to say that with the new Email Direct powered by Emma, you will be able to save a draft. You can go back and edit that draft, and you can even share that draft with other users or with other members of your team who are not users of the platform. So you don't just have to be an Email Direct user to see that. You'll also have access to segmented recipient lists. So we are making sure that your current recipient lists are being carried over to the new platform, but moving forward, our email direct team will have more access to help you create more dynamic segmented lists. So just keep that in mind. We might not be able to accommodate that right away, but moving forward, that is something we'll be able to help with. And then another request that we've heard a lot about is the ability to schedule a send. So in the past, if you had a specific release time you wanted our team to know about, someone on our team would physically have to click a button to release that message at that time. So late evening sends or super early morning sends or weekend sends can sometimes happen not quite when you're looking for. However, with the new email direct, you will be able to specify a date and time for that to go out on. And something else that we heard loud and clear was the need for analytics. And as Debbie mentioned, it is something that we added into our parameters. And so you will have access to reporting analytics on a message. You'll also have access to a tool called Insights, which will let you kind of see overall how your messages are performing. And then you'll also have access to A/B testing as well when you're going to send messages. So we do have a video demo we have to share with you today, but before we go into that demo, I just want to add a couple of caveats. So everyone moving to the new email direct, they all have very unique needs. So the needs of one school are going to be very different from the needs of another school, which will be very different from the needs of one of our central units. So some of the features that you'll see in this demo, not everyone will have access to. So that access is going to depend on the overall group's needs and also your individual access as a user. So just keep that in mind. But we do kind of want to show you all the different things that the tool is capable of. So when you go to log in, it is going to be based on your NetID and password, so an SSO login, and you'll be able to create a new campaign and give it a name, and we'll have a gallery of templates available to your group, and it'll display as a template with just some demo content in there. But what's great is that you do have the ability to kind of customize that layout. As we mentioned, it's drag and drop. So you can kind of pick a content block and drop it in a new location. And what's great is that you'll also have access to other content blocks that we see on the left here. And you'll be able to, again, drag and drop that into your template. It makes adding things like videos very easy. You'll just go ahead and add a link and add some alternative text as well, and it will automatically embed that content for you. So it's a lot less work on you. And again, it's all customizable. So you can kind of choose how you want your layout to work. If you want to move that button to a different spot, you can go ahead and do so. You can also add personalized content. So you can say hello and then give a custom name. You can also put pull from their preferred name. When you go to send a test, again, you can specify who you'd like it to go to. It does not need to go to a user, it can go to an alias. And then you'll go in and fill some basic information like your subject line, any pre-header text. And what's great with this feature is that you'll also be able to add a customized note. Hey, look at my draft. Let me know if there's any edits I need to make. And then you can also customize who the sender is as well. And so when you're actually ready to send it, you'll again get a preview of your message, and you get to choose your recipient segment and confirm the details from before, so your kind of subject line and from message, and you'll also be able to specify the send date and time as well.
So let's look at these screens that were in the video a little closer. So as Katie mentioned, after you authenticate with SSO, you will land on a screen that looks like this, that provides an at-a-glance view of how your mailings are performing over the last 30 days. It also has your most recent mailings at the bottom, and also a calendar view where you can go before and see where you last sent messages, which is indicated by this dot under the date. And you can also see the current date. Just helps you to see when your last messages were sent and when you're planning to send your new message. So something to note that in the new email direct, a message or an email is referred to as a campaign. So when you're ready to author a new message, you click the Create a New Campaign button that you see on the right. So if you click that, a window will pop up and it'll ask for a campaign name. The campaign name is an internal name, so it can be whatever you like to identify this mailing. If it's part of a series, you can include the series name. Again, this is not the subject line, so an internal facing name. This is also where you can set up an A/B test if you choose to test which subject lines could be more effective. And we'll have more information about how to do A/B testing and more about analytics on our tutorial pages. So after you include a campaign name, you'd hit continue and you would be brought to the authoring screen. So it shows you your selected template here, and on the left you have all of the available components to you. So you can include single image or multiple images, you can add more text, you can left align and right align elements, you can drag a button, divider, and as Katie demoed in the video, demo video, you can include a video. You can also view what your message is going to look like on desktop and mobile devices from the screen by hitting preview. But when you're ready to send and you've already sent your message, you can return to the new email direct and see insights for your campaigns. So this includes open rate, so the percentage of recipients who opened your message, a click to open rate, which is the percentage of users who opened the message that also clicked a link, and click rate, which is the percentage of people you've sent to who have clicked a rate. So all three of these work to help you learn a little bit more about how engaging your content is and how your recipients are using the information you've sent them. So you're probably thinking, wow, sounds so amazing. When do I get to use the new email direct? So with all of these great features, we're just as excited to migrate everyone over to the new email direct as you are. So let's talk about what to expect next.
So when it comes to the migration plan, one of the most important things we want all of our current email direct users and future email direct users to know is that we have over 150 groups that we need to migrate. So basically what this means is that we're not able to just do a bulk upload of groups from the old platform to the new platform. But on the plus side, what this does mean is that every group is going to have a very individualized onboarding experience. So when it's your turn, we're going to conduct an intake meeting where we'll confirm your group's user needs, template needs, and data needs. And that meeting is going to be facilitated with your group's main point of contact. So if you're someone who can only submit a message, this meeting will likely not be with you, but don't worry, it's less work for you. And the other thing is that if you have reached out to our team with any questions or concerns or communication needs, we do have all that recorded and we'll be able to bring this up during that meeting with your group's main point of contact. So again, that migration is going to be group by group. We are already into our pilot phase with NYU IT, and we do have a published list of our migration order available online, so you can check to see if you are still in the queue or if you're up next online, but we will also notify you. So training is going to be provided for all of our groups. So as part of that onboarding process, we will do an onboarding meeting with all of the users within an individual group. We'll give you some more training. And then hopefully later on, after we've had a bunch of groups migrated over, we'll be able to have more open training as well. But don't worry, we will make sure you get trained when your group comes on. And so again, this migration is on a rolling basis, and our team will reach out when it is time for your group to move over.
So when we have considered our migration order, there are several factors that we're keeping in mind. One is the size of your group, so the number of users that you actually have in your email direct group. So some of our groups only have a couple people and others have over 50 users. So we're keeping that in mind because that will impact the order in which we onboard your group. We're also considering who you are communicating to, as well as your template needs for those communications. And also we're keeping in mind timing. We want to limit the disruptions to essential communications that you're sending. So an example of this would be the university events team, which could be a high priority to move, and they also have very high touch messages. However, as we approach commencement season, we would not wish to migrate this group during April and May because it could impact the ability and ease of which they could get their communications out the door. So as Katie mentioned, the most important thing to remember during this migration process is that we're going to reach out to you when it's your group's turn.
So a couple of things to keep in mind moving forward, so just some basic housekeeping, is that we are going to continue to call the service email direct. So you may notice us using phrases like classic email direct and the new email direct or Emma powered email direct or email direct powered by Emma. So when all the groups have been migrated over, we're going to drop those classics and those new, and we're just going to keep calling it email direct. And what this means for you is that you don't have to worry about our email address changing. So our team email address is still going to be email.direct@nyu.edu. One thing that will be changing is that we are going to be introducing a new support model of moving forward with ServiceLink. And basically, this is just going to help make help our team keep track of any reported issues so we know what to prioritize for future service enhancements. And then one other thing to keep in mind is that we are looking to potentially revise the bulk email policy. So this might alter the release process. So the Office of the Provost, they are revising this policy, and our goal is for groups to have more control over the messages being sent to their own audience. That being said, any cross-university messages will still need to be reviewed by the Office of the Provost.
Thank you so much for watching our video. And if you have any questions, please reach out to our team. And we're so excited to have everyone on the new email direct.
Thank you.